the love boat. Soon you'll be taking on everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Mimi Show. Now, word on the curb is people are not happy with King Charles for allowing Meghan and Harry to visit him. And I would love to find out why. Because I think not that Meghan has got to prove herself a lot more than just letting him see the kids. She's got a long way to go. But this was the first step of any humanity that I saw in her. Let me bring up my screen. A lot of people, they're saying different things about Meghan, and I want to know your take. I really do. Do you think that this was a big stepping stone for not reconciliation? Screw all the reconciliation. I don't really care about reconciliation. I think Meghan is always going to be this self-serving, selfish person. What I'm saying is not reconciliation, but her way back to some type of notoriety, popularity. You think her because you got to change the inside when somebody is rotten. And I say that because it's been 4 years since they saw, and I don't think he's ever met Lily. Let's just be honest there. But here, let me pull up. Let me get rid of Donald Trump stuff. I'm done ranting. Ranting. I want to do this.
King Charles and Queen Camilla held a private meeting with Prince Harry and Meghan over the weekend. What's the latest with that?
So it did happen, and I'd love to regale you with details of what happened, but so far we don't have anything. And this is the whole point of the exercise, I think. So we don't have any details of what happened, not even exact timeframes. The only thing that was said, which was the official statement, is no photographs will be released. Now, I think that says it all. This is a test. They are testing Harry and Meghan to see if they can actually stay quiet about this meeting. Obviously, a photograph is what everybody would like to see, and I suspect Meghan herself would like to be releasing it to kind of reinvigorate the brand.
Snowdrop, what do you think? Do you think that this was a test? I don't think it was a test. I just think it was what was going to go down. King Charles was not having it. King Charles was going to make sure that Meghan and Harry wasn't going to make this a PR moment for themselves, although it is a PR moment for them. It's a big PR moment for them. It puts them on the map of not being, this notion of the king not being able to see the grandkids. Because that was a big one for me. I said shame on Meghan for not allowing them babies to see their pawpaw. But now she has let them do that. What do we think of that? I know it was a PR moment. It was a good PR moment. Whether we see pictures or not, we believe that it happened. And he's right about Meghan would love to show a picture of King Charles and the baby. But I believe they told them, no, listen, check this out. You guys can come. No pictures, no cameras, no microphones, no gimmicks, no nothing. You come here, we get to see the kids, and then, we have tea and crumpets. And at this point, I don't know who's advising Meghan, but she needed this. She needed this. Hello, control. She needed this. She needed this, oh, I'm going to go and let them see the kids. Now, there's still the question of her father seeing the kids, but, one miracle at a time. No, control thinks that they're setting up to come back. Meghan ain't coming back. No. That would shock my system. Because Meghan is adamant about staying in California because she likes it better there, because she wants to be around Oprah and the rich of the rich and live like they do. She does not want to live in the UK. She made that very clear when she left. Because she gave up so much. And I don't know that if she doesn't think she did, but to me, she stole the name the Duchess of Sussex. Because when she left, she should have put them titles on the table and said, I'm going to leave it here because I am no longer a working royal. So I no longer deserve to be a duchess. No, not Meghan. I'm going to keep the Duchess of Sussex, and I'm going to change my surname, my last name, to Sussex. I'm Sussex now. Okay, control. I'm going to remember this conversation. We say control said, I think they're setting up to go back. Meghan needs this PR moment. You do, control? Do you know people will have a heart attack if that had the half in and half out situation? I would. Let's see what else they're saying.
And again, to show that they are back in the fold. But the test is, if nothing leaks out, even details like the colour of the tie the king was wearing, that will show that they maybe can be trusted again. Though it's going to take weeks and months before we really can say that safely. But make no mistake, this is about putting them to the test.
Pete, do you know officially if it is a test? Like, did you hear that from MI6, or are you just kind of going with that?
I have a direct line to MI6. You know that,
just
Larry.
want to check it out.
You know what I thought was, even no pictures of them boarding an aircraft or anything, Pete.
Nothing of Meghan. Nothing.
I thought we might have at least got a boarding an aircraft.
Or something, an umbrella. Like
yeah.
You
You know.
Very slack paps.
Did you see him in the crowd at the Pitbull concert too?
Was Harry wearing that cap, or was that?
If you got to explain it, it didn't work, Kylie.
We go overseas now. Prince Harry, Meghan, and the couple's two children visiting King Charles over the weekend.
What?
For the first time in years, as they try to repair a rift that has persisted since Harry and quit royal.
It is not to fix a rift. The rift is still there. King Charles wants to see his grandkids. He doesn't have a rift with them, so he wants to see them. I don't think this is a kumbaya moment or, oh, they're coming back together and they're going to be, control thinks they're going to be half in and half out. But I believe that Meghan needs this PR moment because she is starting to look like a real mean, hateful, nasty person that doesn't want family members to see the kids, and she's been hiding them forever. Maybe King Charles said, if you don't get those kids over here, we are going to take the titles. You know, you think he did that?
Life and moved to America, I should say, 6 years ago. NBC's Danielle Hamamjian is at Buckingham Palace with the details on all of this. Danielle, good morning.
Good morning, Craig. You know, from the moment it was announced that Prince Harry would be coming to the UK to promote his Invictus Games, there was speculation that perhaps Meghan and his wife and the children would be joining him and finally see the king who had not seen his grandchildren in 4 years. Well, in the end, yes, there was a family reunion. No, we have no pictures to show you. Unfortunately, Buckingham Palace on Friday afternoon saying that their Majesties, Charles and Camilla, of course, hosted the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, Prince Archie, Princess Lilibet, and at Highgrove House. That is one of the royal residences outside London. The palace going on to say that since this was a private family occasion, no images would be released as both parties wanted this to be as private as possible. This perhaps suggests that Prince Harry and his father, Charles, have started to patch things up after a turbulent few years. As for his brother, William, there still appears to be quite a bit of tension there. No meeting announced between the brothers and might still take a while before that happens, Craig.
All right, Danielle Hamamjian there over the pond for us. Danielle, thank you.
No William. What do you guys think about no William control? No William. William is like, I'm not doing it. I'm not going to be a part of this. I don't want to do it. King Charles wants the family to look united, I think. I think it will be different when William is king, though. William's not into it. Okay, control. I like that. King Charles wants the family to look united, I think. Charles, that's not a good look. You know, here's the dealio. She let you see the kids. That's about it. That's all you're going to get from her. And you probably had to, I don't know what you got to be able to do that. I mean, it's just a shocker to me. And King Charles says William's not into it. Wow. You know, I think I'm just a little bit shocked that William would not want to see Lilibet and Archie in spite of their appearance. But sometimes it's that contentious where, you know, I'm not for their shenanigans. And I think William thinks that they are up to no good. It was a PR move. It was a big PR move. And it was a good one on their end. Meghan did really good. I was asking Lisa about it. And she was like, that's good that they let them see the kids. That was a big thing. It's been longer than 4 years because I don't think he's ever, 4 years. That's true. Because he hasn't seen Lilibet. And Lilibet's 4, I think. Isn't she older than 4? How old is Lilibet? Do we know? 6? 7?
Thank you.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on
right.
NBC. Or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today.
There's movement to mend one of the world's most followed family feuds. Let's go to our London bureau and CBS's Anna Corin with the details. Anna, good evening.
Good evening, Tom. For the first time in more than 4 years, Harry and Meghan and their 2 children, Archie and Lilibet, have met with his father, the King, and Queen Camilla, following what has been a very public royal visit. This was
welcome.
a private family meeting, and no pictures were provided by Buckingham Palace. Less than 24 hours after a rare and private royal family reunion, Prince Harry attended a charity event for bereaved military children with some goat yoga that got a little too close for comfort. Harry arrived in the UK for the Invictus Games, his charity competition for military veterans.
Remarkable men and women who have served their countries.
6 years ago, Harry and Meghan stepped down from their royal duties, lost their royal titles, and relocated to the United States. In one of the most high-profile royal family fallouts played out before the world's media.
This was never the intention.
The couple spoke to Oprah about the estrangement.
I'm comfortable knowing that we did everything that we could to make it work.
However, this is a promising sign.
No, doing everything you could to make it work would have been giving it a lot longer than you gave it. Meghan didn't give it a chance. She had already had her board on what she wanted to do and how she wanted to get to Hollywood. She was even talking about doing voiceover during the Lion King premiere when she was living in the UK, lining up jobs. Why would William want to see them? I have no idea. There was nothing. Authentic in the visit. It was manipulation and blackmail. What do you mean, Debbie? What was manipulation and blackmail? Who was blackmailing who? Did I miss something? Oh, yes, he was. He was lining up jobs for Meghan before they even be on their way out. On their way out, she had just had Archie, was lining them jobs up. Always was planning to come back to the United States, was never planning on staying in the UK. And unfortunately, Control, I don't think she's going back. But I just wonder, like, wasn't this a good move, Debbie, that King Charles got to see the kids? I missed a lot. Fill me in, because I'm still on the fact that, whoa, what a move by Meghan to allow King Charles to see the kids. That was a big PR moment. It really was. Yeah. Because, and not because of reconciliation and they're going to get back together and everything's going to be kumbaya. No, not that. Just because I believe King Charles wants to see his grandkids. Was emotional manipulation. Did he get to see the kids? Who? King Charles? They said they met at what house was that? They met at North something. Oh, Tom Sykes. Yeah, but I wonder, how is he going to convince me that it wasn't a good... People close to the royal family said using the children was an emotional manipulation. Get it? Still, the fact of the matter is that he got to see the kids. But Debbie is saying, did he? He didn't. I thought that was the stipulation. Like, if you guys are going to come, you have to bring the kids. If not, no, I don't think that was an ultimatum. Word on the curb, okay? Word on the curb. But
wounds between the king and his son may finally be healing.
no, they're not healing. They're not getting together. There's not a kumbaya moment with him and his son. I think he feel towards his son what he's always felt about his son. He's still probably disappointed in the way what he's become, a traitor. I know. I give it up to Jaguar Wrong. I don't know if she's here. Harry had an engagement in Buckingham. Charles had an engagement in the opposite direction of Highgrove. Right. They went to Highgrove. Timestamps don't line up. for them both to have been at I grew up at see. Whoa. So who's lying? Then why would both sides lie about meeting? Why would King Charles or the Buckingham Palace not say as much? We have not met with them, On the contrary. So if it's not true, then someone needs to say as much, because they got the media saying that they met. Wasn't it just Meghan and the kids that met, KC? See, I don't know. I don't know who all was in the room. I thought it was all of them. No, Harry was allegedly there too. Right. Yeah, they all were there, allegedly. Because word on the curb, maybe they didn't meet. SpaghettiOs. I'm thinking, they didn't. Not that they're reconciling and everything is going smooth sailing. No, the fact of the matter is they get to see the kids, period. That's all it was about. That's all I see. But no, sounds like it's more to it than that.
Both sides have been very conscious of the fact that the king is 77 years old. He's still undergoing cancer treatment. There's no more time to lose. And I think both of them will be absolutely delighted by this family reunion.
The day Harry and his family met the king, his brother Prince William was playing in a charity polo match with his wife Kate cheering him on. The question remains, Tom.
Oh, wow. They were doing their thing. They were somewhere else. They weren't at a charity match. He wasn't stunned, Harry. Harry was like an afterthought. Like, oh, they're there together, but he is nowhere to be found. He ain't playing them games with Harry. He doesn't trust his brother. And when trust is gone, then you can't really reconcile just yet. Trust is very difficult. Love is just unconditional in my book. But when it comes to trust, it's one thing that you have to have between two people. And if you don't trust that person, then you don't want that person knowing anything about you or in your life. Oh, Harry went in first. Meg. Gratuitous kids had to wait. They were allowed in later, allegedly. So Harry went in first, then Meg and the kids had to wait. Then they allowed them in later, allegedly. Harry wasn't a thought. What was I saying, Debbie? I forgot. Maybe Harry needs to ask to borrow some money for the court case he lost. Do you think his father would give it to him? I just wonder. Would he be like, no, you said you was gonna fend for yourself. Okay.
Will the two brothers be able to meet and try to patch up?
Hell no.
The world is watching, Emma Thang.
The two brothers won't be able to get it together and patch anything up. Sorry.
I did have a laugh at this, Paula. Meghan won't do any public events in the UK, despite the fact that their publicist said in the lead up to this visit that they'll be doing a string of public events together. So we've got Meghan's visit was delayed, of course, because Harry claimed that he would be the victim of a terror plot without that taxpayer-funded security you mentioned. And suddenly she appears in London with the kids. All will stay very private. I don't know about you, but I just feel like this trip's been so confusing.
Yeah, well, she stayed private because he lost. So the thing is that Buckingham Palace had been offered to Harry for Monday and Tuesday. He said no. Then on Sunday, he said, I want it only for Tuesday. And the palace was like, yeah, no, it's too late. But they also knew that the Daily Mail verdict was coming down on Tuesday. And they did not want Harry grandstanding on the steps of Buckingham Palace to do so. And had he won on any of the 97 counts that he and the other co-claimants brought, he would have done some grandstanding. Had he won on anything, Meghan would have been by his side. And in fact, the plan was for her to be there at Invictus in Birmingham. She was going to go out and do the hospitals with him. And because he did not win, she did not join. Now, she also didn't join because she does not want to be booed. And frankly, her popularity is, it's just, there's not much lower you can go. She might be slightly more popular.
Whoa. Yes, the reunion visit didn't go over as well as they hoped for. H&M or Charles. Interesting. Don't you wish Debbie would come up? Debbie. I'm gonna drop the link just in case, because she know more about this than I do. Yes, the reunion visit didn't go over as well as they hoped for. H&M and or for Charles. Debbie. Hello, Pickles in the house. So good to see you. Oh my goodness. I wonder what happened. Like, how do we know? The only people that was in that room was them. How do we know if it went bad or good? Who knows that? Why? Body language after?
Popular than Prince Andrew. Sorry, former Prince Andrew, but not by much at this point. So she didn't want to be booed. She didn't want to be embarrassed. But you also have to wonder, if I was married.
They keep saying that she didn't want to be booed. Here's the thing. You can go and do without. I don't think so. I don't think her ego is that jacked up where she cared that she being booed. Yeah, this was a huge PR moment. This was big. This was the biggest of the biggest. If, according to Debbie, it went down the way it went down, even though it didn't go down as good as it should have, it still went down somewhere, potentially, like you said, the kids and Meg went in later. I wonder, did he look at the kids and say, ooh, what are they looking like? I meant PR wise for the lot of them. Yeah. Well, I see what you're saying. You're saying it didn't go as well as it should have gone for a PR standpoint for both of them. Shoot. Ooh, y'all gonna have to convince me that this wasn't a good PR move. because I was thinking about this for days, because I was like, this was huge. This was almost like letting Thomas Markle see the killed kids, but we're probably pushing it. We're probably pushing it, giving her too much credit, thinking that she would go that far and let Paw number 2. Look at her. Has she changed? Is she a better person now that she's let King Charles see the kids? No, I don't think so. I wouldn't go that far. I would go as far to say that this little reunion situation, she needed it more than the king did, that's for sure. The king didn't need to, in my book, but Debbie said that he did. They both needed it. It's like they both did it at the same time. All involved. A PR move. It will take a lot for them to be accepted by a lot of the UK. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So it's not a reconciliation moment, really and truly. It's just, to me, he gets to see the grandkids. That was a big, huge one. Because Meghan wasn't letting nobody see those kids. Those kids were in hiding. They were in Montecito in that castle, in that mansion, hiding from the world. Not if she didn't put them on a plane and brought them to you. Is she covering their faces as they get on the plane? I just wonder how she's doing that. Yes, I agree with you. I agree with you, Control. It will take a lot for them to be accepted back by a lot of the UK. Yeah, because Harry was a total traitor, and Meghan just used the royals to come over here and make jam. UK citizenry isn't too happy with. Ooh. Why? Why is the citizens? I know it has probably something to do with the religion situation. Is that what you're talking about? Or are they just not happy because of Harry? They don't like that. They didn't like the fact that he met with them. Tell us about it, Debbie.
My husband basically had the worst week of his life in 30 years. Wouldn't you want to be by his side?
Yeah. I mean, you'd think so, right? Wouldn't that just be the natural thing you would do when you are a husband and wife? You'd think so, which makes me wonder what is going on with those two in their weird relationship. Seriously, nothing ever makes sense. Nothing in the circus. That is the Sussexes.
It does if you know Greek tragedy and Oedipus, but that's about it.
and that is a very good point. Exactly, Paula. Now,
okay. Now it says King Charles would not have met with Harry and Meghan if children weren't there. Let's see what they're saying about this.
Look, let's talk about the tour itself. So Harry and Meghan and the two children, they have indeed met with King Charles during, it was an on-again, off-again tour. Nobody knew whether Meghan and the
King Charles William is furious. Is that true? Is William pissed off, and why? That doesn't make any sense. Why would he be mad? I don't think he's mad. I think he's moving on with his life and doing what he's doing with his family. I don't think he's mad at anyone or his father. Let's see.
Look, of course, we're subdued in this conversation because Anne Widdecombe is a person who I know you've spoken to plenty of times on TV. She was an absolute fighter for her worldview. She was a former Conservative MP, became a Reform spokesperson.
Okay, Debbie says, and Diane says, Harry and Meghan have made asses of themselves. I agree with you, Diane. Debbie says Charles hasn't really put the UK citizens first. Abdicate his oath. Abdicated his oath. Plus Harry and Meghan. What would you have liked to have seen him do with Harry and Meghan? And I have one other question, but like, not seen them, like, what could he have done better that the citizens would be like, you know, he handled that well? Because they're two idiots that they can't control these two people. But my biggest thing is that it was important that he saw those kids, right? William being angry is a construct for the mainstream media. Good one. It's that BS. Listen to Mark. This is Mark Dillon talking about it. Mark, what do you got to say about William being mad?
A person is now talking to police about whether they are responsible or not here. But Nigel Farage, of course, speaking up on her murder. This was a person who lived by herself at the end of a pretty quiet street in a pretty quiet part of the country, right? And for her to be taken under any circumstances are horrific, but we don't know the ones that took her. He's Nigel Farage.
Policing and two-tier justice.
Yeah, so of course that's all a big part of the Nigel Farage political play, and we know because of always stands in every election all the time. Count
you guys want to see that?
He's a left-leaning comedian. He's worked for the BBC, Minister of the UK, and she said it's perfect.
All people actually got off their backside to go and vote, and that was about the bloke to become the Prime Minister.
I'm furious about this. Why?
Okay, they waited
to
discuss it.
I mean, I'm honestly, this is not
going over there in the UK. Ooh, the Commonwealth people want the title stripped. And artificial little bucks out of the line of succession. Whoa, they ain't playing. Ow. Ooh. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair, Debbie. I think that is so fair for them to do that. Strip them of their titles. Take them away. There's no purpose for it. They don't live in the UK. They're not using their titles, but for their own personal gain. And it's in taking Lillibutts out of the lines of succession because they don't think that she was, ooh, wow. Why not Archie, too? How is this news to me? I like what they have to say sometimes about Meghan and Harry. I really do, because I agree with some of the stuff that they say. I do. Unless I don't.
not lifted my mood at all. The Sussexes have won. Meghan Markle, Paul Murray, back on royal property. And it's my understanding that William's furious about this. Why? Because it's a reward for the treachery, the disloyalty, and the cruelty of Harry and Meghan. Of course, the reason why Charles wants to see his grandchildren, I understand that, but I think that Harry and Meghan had no right to be on a royal property, but they got their way as usual.
Well, again,
they have no right to be on royal property. Why does he say that? Like, what about the children? How are they gonna get on there if they don't be on royal soil? Make that make sense. He just said it. He said that they should not be on royal soil. But then he says, oh, but the kids need to see their Papa.
There was a scenario where wasn't he in America recently when it came to that state visit and all the rest of it? Well, he should have said, look, let's hang out. Yeah. I'll meet you in this DC hotel. I'll meet you in this place on the other side of it. But no, royal property, all the rest of it, right? Anyway, we'll all find out together. Thank you very much, mate. Also, lovely to talk to you again. I'm sorry it's been the weekend that it has been. But Mark Dolan there is our mate in the United Kingdom. Quick break.
Yeah. Now, the big royal news continues, doesn't it? Harry and Meghan sidled into Highgrove and had a meeting with the King and Queen. Police are now investigating Andrew Mountbatten, Windsor, who are investigating Andrew Mountbatten, are going to speak to Virginia Giuffre's family. Here is a man who knows everything you will possibly need to know about the royal family. He's written the most incredible book, and I was actually at the airport in Edinburgh on Sunday, and there it was, still high amongst the bestsellers, entitled The Rise and Fall of the House of York. Andrew Lowney, a very good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm very well. Good morning to you.
I apologise for not having come back to you. We've had trauma, but I will do because we have to meet up personally. Andrew, I know we'll talk about Andrew Mountbatten Windsor in a minute, but I'd like your take, if possible, on the revelation on Friday that after much posturing and a particularly bad week for Harry when he lost the court case against the Mail and the Mail on Sunday, and then he got into a spat about whether he had enough security for his dreadful wife and children. Lo and behold, we discover late on Friday that, in fact, he and the two children, under cover or hiding in the back of a car, were driven into Highgrove, the King's Gloucestershire residence, of course, where they spent up to an hour with the King and Queen. Box-ticking exercise by Charles, or the beginning of the great reunion, Andrew?
Well, I think it's certainly the beginning of the great reunion. I mean, this was a very much personal family matter. And as long, I mean, it's too early to judge, but as long as basically there are no leaks about the visit, there were clearly no photos, it was a very low-key thing. I think it actually is a good thing. I mean, I think the King is very keen to see his grandchildren. It could have been very embarrassing given the events, you say, of the previous week. But I think it came off pretty well. But it's all now depends on whether Harry's side begins to leak stories. And I hope they've learnt the lesson that on some things they're better keeping quiet.
Well, you know more about the royals than anybody. That's a really salient point.
I like his take on the situation. I really do. I give him kudos. He said it. This was an opportunity for him to see his kids, his grandkids, and it's up to Meghan and Harry to leak whatever information. Let's see if they do, and if they can be trusted. I don't think it's a test, like someone else said. I don't think it's a test. I just think it's an opportunity to be better. That's it. And to fix some things. And when I say fix, not this crapola that she said, because she owes them an apology. Yeah, she does. For some yeah. And that's why Debbie is saying that they need to remove titles. Ooh, okay. Debbie said the timestamps don't add up in any narrative for the visit to have happened. So you're gonna have to come up for that. Debbie will have to come up for that and explain that to us. What timeline? What do you mean? What happened? Harry got there Friday night, and then she got there Saturday. They saw the king Saturday. Or didn't get to see the king because the king had a prior engagement.
In which to start this conversation, because I don't believe that there's any part of their psyche that will... I put it another way. Brand Sussex, for what it's come down to, which is some dodgy jam, right, needs a boost. And the only boost that Brand Sussex can get is to have some still connection with the very entity that they spend their life slagging off. So without...
Amen. He said it. They need this. They need this more than the royal family needs it. They need to stay connected some kind of way, because if she continues to cut off the cord that created her, there will not be any going back, because it will be a place of too late. And even though it seems like it's a little place of too late already, because everybody's not happy that she came, but I can say that if it did take place, the meeting, that was good for her PR moment, because she allowed them to see the kids, something that she was keeping from them. And they want to see if she can keep her mouth shut after this or whatever. I don't think so. I just think that this was the, maybe that meeting a long time ago was a meeting about, oh, let's get together for the Invictus. You bring the kids, da, 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 da. Maybe that's what that meeting was about. I don't know. Hello, Snowdrop.
Without photographs or how it went, or a little bit of inside info through another source, is this going to benefit them just because people know they're still in contact with the king? Do you know what I mean? I just don't trust them to put it out there through a third party because they want the adulation or whatever it means, whatever comes with that, Andrew.
Well, that's why I think it is too early to judge, and you're absolutely right. Previous examples show that they just can't resist leaking stories and trying to leverage this contact. I think the king was in a difficult position, because I think he would have seemed pretty callous if he hadn't agreed to see his grandchildren. So I think he did this sort of, held the moral high ground, did the dignified thing. And if they choose to abuse that trust, it's not going to reflect very well on them. So I think he's in the clear on this.
No, I agree with that. And but I think it's clever. And this sounds a terrible thing to say about one's children, right? But I mean, it is, when I said box ticking, I know for a fact that his wife and his eldest son disagree absolutely with this, but he's 77, he's got cancer, blah, blah, blah. He can't be accused by them of shutting them out. And you're right, it'll be how they behave here on in. What do you think William would have made of the visit, Andrew?
Well, I think he's probably pretty appalled. I think he feels his father's weak, that the only way to deal with Meghan particularly is to be tough. But we've got to remember there are two children.
What? He's frustrated. He thinks his father is weak. Weak in what direction? Weak for seeing his grandkids? William would probably do the same thing if he was in his father's shoes. He would see his son's kids.
Here who have done nothing wrong and are entitled to see their grandparents, and I think or grandfather. So I think that there would be some sympathy. I mean, William wants to keep out of this. It's, in some ways, they're two very different relationships. The relationship between a father and son and grandchildren is always very different to that between siblings. So I think they can each go their different way, and I think people will respect that. William, I think, is pretty stubborn. I think he feels pretty betrayed, particularly the way that Harry's talked about Catherine. And so I don't see any rapprochement there.
I don't know whether I think he's stubborn. And maybe I'm false.
I agree. I don't think he's stubborn. That's a falsity to say about William. No, William just ain't for the okie doke. He's not for the games. And he knows that Meghan and Harry are full of it. They're just full of it. Meghan made herself important some kind of way. Now she needs 24-hour security. They lost that battle. They lost the hacking. Was it the hacking that they lost in court recently? Harry did. Now he owes them $5 million. Lying. He was. Harry was lying to the courts about everything. About the journalists, about the hacking situation. They found no evidence, and there you go. The two children have no clue as to who, what, or anything is going on. They don't. And it's sad because they need to get familiar with their other half. They do. They need to have frequent trips to the UK. It's not going to work out. This hour, they got an hour to meet with the king. Not the afternoon, but an hour. That's quick. That's some quick, let in and out kind of situation. We didn't get to see each other. The two children have no clue as to who, what, or anything going on. They don't, and that's good that they don't. That they don't know that their mother is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. That she did let them see the kids. Did King ever meet the kids? Yes, a Queenie. He met the kids this week. Now, it depends on who you talk to. Because according to Debbie, the timeline ain't matching up as to when they were supposed to meet. But word on the curb and word on the street is, which is from these journalists, are saying that they met up. We have no proof, no pictures. But I tend to lean more towards that maybe they did see the king. Because if they didn't, they would say someone would say as much. No, that didn't happen. So and so, so and so. So isn't that good news that the king got to see the kids? It's been 4 years. And yeah. And I think this is, Diane, I think this is his first time meeting Lilibet. Lilibuts, as Debbie called her. So
maybe I'm wrong here. I think
and you got to commend her on it. Whatever the case was, whatever the blackmail was, whatever situation was, whatever went down, the PR moment that she allowed him to see them kids work. Sorry. If she wants to get herself continue on this path of righteousness and letting people see the kids, then she'll let her father see the kids next. Keeping up. maybe humanity will come out of you. Maybe, I don't know. I doubt it because she is what she is. But he did get to see the kids. Allegedly.
He is appalled, as many of us royally are, that he took it upon himself not to walk away, but then to weaponize, if you like, everything against the institution that he still needs to make money to fund his lifestyle, which is to slag the rest. It's a horribly vicious cycle. I think that William was very close to his grandmother, and I think the institution and what he hopes to do probably weighs heavily upon him. Final question about them: can you see them ever moving back to the UK? I can't.
Control said that.
Well, they have this base in Portugal. I mean, I think they're running out of road in America. So I suspect they may find some sort of base. Maybe it will be Portugal. Maybe they will find it in Britain. Who knows? So I'm
Portugal. Britain. Put a 1 in the chat of those of you that believe that Meghan would ever go back to the UK. Ever. I just don't believe that she would. Put a 2 in the chat if you believe that she won't.
I'm leaving it open. You know, lots of things have changed with the royal family over a period of years. Things that we never thought would happen. Camilla being brought back into the fold, etc. So never say never.
The book is, there I was at Edinburgh Airport, still high amongst the bestsellers, entitled The Rise and Fall of the House of York. Find out this morning, my friend, police investigating Andrew Mountbatten Windsor are due to speak to Virginia Giuffre's family, of course. Tell us more about what you know about that, Andrew.
Well, it seems a very extraordinary thing to do because, frankly, they were nowhere on the scene until recently, until she died, until there was a big dispute over money. They know absolutely nothing. And we have to remember that Virginia Giuffre 3 times went to the police with information, even a few months ago, well, last year, and it was all ignored. So I can't see how these two are going to help the police. It sounds like a very nice jolly and a bit of window dressing. And we've also got to remember this is not just a story about Virginia Giuffre's claims, but actually about malfeasance in public office. It's about sex trafficking of a lot of other women. And so the big question I would ask is, why aren't the police coming to me? I've offered the information I've got.
Yep.
Why aren't they talking to the private secretaries of the Yorks? Why aren't they talking to Fergie? Why aren't they talking to David Stern, who was the point man for Andrew and his activities? We're hearing very, very little. And I think, again, the extraordinary thing is that places like Police Scotland are doing absolutely nothing when that was one of the centres for the sex trafficking going on.
Wow.
So this seems to me a diversionary measure, which is completely pointless and is just an opportunity for a couple of cops to have a nice holiday.
Why do you, again, without, because I read, because you've always said it as it is and you've always been proven right. Is this the police's approach? Is it diversionary? Are they going through the motions, in your opinion, because perhaps, because I thought he'd go to, I mean, I've said it, I thought he'd go to jail, but it seems to me that they'll divert stuff away because he's the king's brother and they'll just kick the can down the road and then one wonders what will happen.
Yeah, everyone I've talked to within law enforcement says this is just a diversionary thing. It's kicking it into the long grass. They're trying to give the impression of doing something. No one wants to.
I agree with Queenie and Diane. I agree with Queenie. It's progress. And not so much as, oh, they're reconciling, they're going to be a family again, and Meghan's going to become a senior royal and all this other stupid stuff. No, I don't see that. Honestly, I see the kids getting to see Paw, which was big for me. And I don't know what softened her heart to do that, or what she blackmailed, or what she did to get up in there. But she did it. Exactly, Queenie. I agree. Pickles. Okay, maybe I hit the wrong button. Pickles. Where there's evil to hear there. I don't think she will. Harry lost hacking. Okay, it was the hacking. 50 million? $50 million costs more. Lost security case. Invictus was a bust. It's not doing good. Not doing good. Invictus didn't go well. That was it's not doing good. His charities are not doing good. Not just Invictus, but the other two. He's being sued by the doctor, Sophie. And that, do we know anything about that case? What's going on with Dr. Sophie? Dr. Sophie. Woo! Let's see. Charity suing Harry for defamation. Breaks silence. Prince Harry is being sued for defamation by his former charity, Santa Bala, after an alleged adverse media campaign damaged its reputation. Ooh. Charity suing Harry. Yeah, he's being sued by his own charity. Make that make sense. Harry ain't doing too good. What else is going on, Debbie? His charity ain't going good. And Debbie is saying he owed $50 million. Are you saying $50 million? Hello, Demon Dictator. Are you saying $50 million? Whoa, that's a lot, Debbie. Why do they need the exposure to royal life? They are never going to be part of it. Wait a minute, hold up. So, Debbie, what are you saying? Why do they need exposure to royal life? They don't. At this point, they do not need the exposure. But don't they need to know where they come from? Even though they're not on the balcony or, they don't need to be in the limelight because they really don't. Meghan to make a PR-ness of it. But isn't it their birthright? Here I go. For them to be able to know where they come from, because I'll be right over there. I'll be at Charlotte's house, Catherine's house, and William's house. See, I wouldn't have been playing these games Meghan's playing. I would have been a good person. Yep. Hello, Demon Dictator. Harry and Meghan are at rock bottom. The king will also look after Harry and the kids, but never underestimate. What do you mean look after the kids? Like he's going to give him some money? Does he owe $50 million to his court case? Wow. But never underestimate the royal family. They know they are snakes and have to handle them. Girl. Yeah, but so what do they need to do since they have hit the bottom? Do you believe that they realize that they have hit rock bottom? Interesting.
To investigate this. The royals are not cooperating. I mean, we've got to remember those 33,000 emails that were supplied
Oh yeah, that's about Andrew's investigation. They're about to speak to Virginia Giuffre's family, which I'm confused too. Like, why are they talking to them? Interesting. Harry will owe millions in the Daily Mail case. Debbie said 50 million. He still owes $1 million in the Revit case. Then he's being sued by Sophie. We were just talking about him being sued by Sophie for defamation. He still has his visa stuff coming out. Yeah, you didn't hit rock bottom. This would be bottom. You're being sued. He's been running around suing everybody else, but now they're suing him. They're suing him. Wow. What do you think about King Charles seeing those kids? That's a big one. Yeah, I wonder how that's gonna end up or play out, because I just wonder how that's gonna play out. That was a big PR move from Meghan's team. Really big, to put in the papers, to have it word on the curb, is that they met with the king and queen. And nobody from the palace is denying it, which makes me believe that it's true. Because normally it'll be like they would come out and say something, or an aide would say, or we heard through the grapevine that wasn't true. But Debbie said, based on timelines, she believes that the timeline isn't adding up. Okay, dropping the link. But yeah, like, this girl has finally, after 4 years, I wonder where Earl is. See, this is when Earl needs to be here. I wonder what he has to say about the situation with the kid. I just wonder. I got Debbie's perspective and the facts. And I got Harry's situation is dire. He's being sued for defamation, and she may win this case. I don't know what's currently going on with the case. It's just saying he's being sued. And why? Oh, wait. High court records made public on Friday show Harry is a defendant in a defamation claim alongside close friend and previous trustee of the charity, Mark Dyer. The lawsuit was filed on March 24th, and no details of the claim have currently been disclosed. We have access. We can get access to his court records. I learned that from Danny. Santabala has now accused Harry of what they described as a coordinated adverse media campaign in a post on their website. The Duke of Sussex and ex-Santabala trustee Fryer categorically rejects this offense and damages claim, as spokesperson for their pair said. So they're denying it. They're in denial land. Hello.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me
Hi,
okay?
how are you? Yes, we can.
Excellent. I've got my dinner cooking in the background, so you might hear the air fryer going.
Oh, sure.
Okay. So what I think, Harry and Meghan are at rock bottom. Okay, sorry, I've got a bit of sore throat today. The Daily Mail case is up to £50 million, right? So that's what, $65 million, something like that. And the majority of the defendants don't have that kind of money. So it's going to be split between a couple of people. So
Okay.
Harry's going to have to pay millions. So he may be up to about 10 million, but there's going to be another court case to decide how much money everyone's going to have to pay. So at the moment, it's just conjecture. People are just guessing. But yeah, so he's going to be paying over 10 million, roughly. Now, the other issue with the court case is they were all, because another issue is, and this has got to be sorted out too, is they lied. They have insurance for in case they lost, but because they technically lied and Harry did lie, he may have invalidated his insurance. So he may have to pay over 10 million because he's going to be penalised for it. And also because it was a frivolous case, because this all came out in the Levinson inquiry, and the Daily Mail was proven innocent in the Levinson inquiry. This case should literally have never been brought in the first place. So there is an issue as to whether Harry can actually sue the lawyers, David Sherborne, because the lawyer should have said, you shouldn't bring this case, there's no case to win. So it's all a little bit, it's very interesting right now. Yeah.
So he can sue his own lawyers?
Technically, he can. I mean, because if you watch Tom Sykes, he had a top lawyer on there who said that the lawyer should never have brought it. Yeah, there was no case to bring. This was all proven in the Levinson inquiry, which was, the Levinson inquiry was into the press after all of this phone hacking came out, and the Daily Mail was proven innocent. So the evidence was there that the Daily Mail was actually innocent. So they should never have brought this. So Harry may have a case to sue them. So we'll see what happens. But it's very
He needs to leave people alone.
What's going to come next?
Yeah, he needs to get somewhere and
but
sit
yeah,
down and start suing
the bill
people.
The bill is about he needs to sort himself, but the bill for it's about 50 million. And he still owes $1 million. He still owes $1 million for the rabbit case. He's got Sophie Chanduka come in, and his visa thing's going to come out. So yeah, he's at rock bottom, and she allegedly she's in debt for about $5 million because her never ever scamming didn't scam
For
very well.
making a jam and nobody's buying it.
So she's got stock that's going rotten, and that's about $5 million in debt. So I believe that he went to see his dad. My personal opinion, he went to see his dad for help because he's in dire straits. And I think that King Charles is his father. And if those children do exist, he is their grandfather. And, he will help them. But I don't think he's going to give him a check for
because that would be
$50 million. Sorry, say again?
Wouldn't that be public record if he gave them money? Or not necessarily?
He would have to declare it. He would have to declare it out of his annual expenses at the end of every year. They have to declare their money, and he would. I mean, but I don't believe that he would give him $50 million or he's going to write it off. I believe that he will help him in some way, but I don't think he'll just pay it off, because Harry has to learn a lesson. They've got to earn that. You can't just get into frivolous lawsuits and run up a bill of millions and millions of pounds and go, oh, Dad, can you just pay it off? That's stupid. They've got to learn to live on their own 2 feet. So I believe that the king will help him somehow, but I don't think he'll just pay it off. You know?
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you.
Yeah, and also, and I do believe that I believe if the king says to Meghan, right, Harry and the kids come back here and you live in some remote place and I will help and support you. And Meghan, here's a check for some millions of pounds, get lost. I think she would go. She'd take that money quick and she'd be gone, I reckon.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
So I think he's, yeah.
Yeah, she's got the name, she's got what she wants, the fame and all that. She's not coming back to the UK. Yeah. So it's over, Splitville. But who gets the kids? The invisible kids. What do you think about the kids meeting the papa?
I think, well, hopefully if it's true and the kids do exist and they met him, that's amazing. That's wonderful for everybody. There's a little bit of a happiness for all of them there. But I think if they don't want Meghan back in the family, that's an absolute no. Harry and the kids, yes, they can come back. But Meghan, they don't want her in the family. She's too dangerous. She's a loose cannon. So I think if they'll say to Meghan, Harry and the kids, you come back here, we'll look after you. The kids will have top education and we'll take care of them, Meghan. Here's a check for 10 million quid, right off your £5 million debt as ever. You can be debt free.
I want Harry with
me. You can have.
I love him. He's my man.
Sorry?
What did Meghan say? Why?
She don't love him. She wants money. Meghan, if they said, here, Meghan, here's £10 million, right off your debt. She's got a £5 million debt. Here's 10 million, right off your debt. Pay that all off. And there's 5 million quid, and you can go off and whinge and complain and write all the books and whatever crap you want to do, but just walk away from the family. I reckon she'd do it. I think she would.
Yeah, I could see that happening. I could definitely see that happening. This is so interesting. It's wonderful to get your take on it. And like you said, I think it's good that they did get to see this, if that is what happened. And so far, everybody's reporting on it. No one said, that, oh, no. So that's good. Do I think she's...
Yeah, I mean, nobody knows. But, yeah. I mean, yeah. So you say, carry on?
No, I was like, I don't think she's changed. I think that meeting it was something in it for her.
No.
And she needed this. She needed this relevance to be reconnected or connected or somewhat affiliated with the royal family. A connect. Not that they're connected, but a look-see was what she needs.
Yeah, she does. She needs that. She does. Yeah, she does need it. But I think she went there to see what's in it for her. What's the next step for her? She needs something. They're both in very bad ways. And that's my take on it. I think if they said, Meghan, we'll pay off your debts and here's a little bit of cash, divorce my son and leave them here, I think she would take it. People underestimate the royal family. They know that they're snakes. They know that Harry and Meghan are nothing but trouble. But they know that Harry and the kids are better off within the royal family because he's got drug and alcohol problems. Harry and the kids are better off with the royal family. But Meghan, out. Just stay out. You know.
Well, thank you so much, Demon Dictator, for your input. I really appreciate you coming up because we needed to hear from you. You live there. This is your royal family, and you have a big say. And we love to hear your take.
I think people started getting hysterical. Oh my God, the King's let us down. I'm like, you're underestimating the King and Prince William. You're underestimating. They know what they're dealing with. They can handle this.
So why did they say that they let him down? Because they got to see the Meghan and Harry?
Yeah, a lot of all the YouTubers, oh my God, Meghan and Harry have won and they've let us down. And I'm just like, hold on, you don't even know what's happened. Just everyone calm down. Because they're traitors and it's like you're letting them back.
Demon Dictator.
People are like, oh, you let the traitors back in? I'm like, hang on a second.
Oh my God. I want to do a deep dive on that because that is not what's going on. No, he wants to see his grandkids and he got to see them and that's it. Why are they making it more than what it is? That is so interesting to me, Demon Dictator. Who's been saying it? Why do you guys think that? Why do you guys think are upset with King Charles as if he's done something wrong for seeing Meghan and Harry and the kids? I can't hear you, Demon Dictator. I don't know if your sound went out. But oh my God. What a trippity-doo. People are literally upset with King Charles because they think Meghan and Harry have won. That's what Demon Dictator said, that they won. Won what? That's not true. They didn't win anything. You got to see the grandkids. Why are they making that more to do? Welcome back. Oh, I can't hear you.
I'm back. Can you hear me again?
Okay, now I can.
Because I'm on my phone, that's why. There's not one. Everyone's going, oh, they've won, they're back, they got their half in, half out. I'm like, everyone just calm down. You don't know anything yet. They're not going to ever let Meghan back. They'll never let Meghan back in. She's too dangerous, not with the kids, not anywhere near Catherine, not anywhere near those little kids. No way.
They took this whole visitor due that they're back in. You know, Control said that too. And I took it as, she said, next thing you know, they'll be half in and half out. And I'd be like, no, and I kind of laughed it off. But no, on the for real side, they just got together. They didn't get together so they can be back on the balcony and, you know, kumbaya, and they back sitting in front rows and, you know, they back in the royal family and half in and half out because of a visit. Because of a visit.
Exactly.
Content creators are actually saying
a cup of tea. They had a cup of tea and a biscuit. That's right. Not. I would if they stayed for the week. If they stayed for a weekend, like I spend the weekend with their King Charles, then yes, I would have been shouting like everybody else. Not a cup of tea and a biscuit. Come on, guys.
Even a weekend, I wouldn't have thought much of it. But
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get that at all. That didn't cross my mind at all.
No.
That is so interesting that people are saying that they honestly are feeling defeated, or like Charles has let them down or something like that. It's weird.
Because we felt that betrayal. We felt the betrayal that their royal family had, and we felt that betrayal as a country. I'm sure you understood the betrayal, as all of you guys all over the world.
Yes.
You felt that betrayal too, and it was like the worst thing that you can do to your family like that.
Right.
And people like, don't give in to them. And I'm just like, everyone just calm down. They met for about 30 minutes or so.
He's still
and there was a great big there was a great big event going on. There was loads of people there, which is how they slipped him in and out. That's what I'm saying. It was like 30, 40 minutes. Let's just everyone calm down.
Debbie says, and using the kids to meet PA is how she thought she was going to get the royal relevance. Think about it at all.
Yeah, of course, yeah. You know, and like I said, the king did the right thing. He's still Harry's father and the grandfather, and he's gonna do the right thing by his family. Meghan, he'll try and kick her out. He'll pay her off and just get out of the family, and he'll just take care of his son and grandchildren. But
exactly, Les. I agree. The kids should know their cousins as well. Now, and the biggest issue is
let the grandkids be a part of the family. You know,
let the kids meet their grandfather. You know, how do you take that equation out and then start saying, oh, they're back in? Oh, they're in good now. King Charles has let us down. It's over. That's weird. No, I don't believe that King Charles has let people down. I believe that's his son. And it is what it is. The good, the bad, the ugly. But he seems like he's being very careful with these two. They didn't have this big open door meeting with the press and everything. It was short and sweet. Yeah, Pickles, blood is blood. I do agree, but I did not exactly, Leslie. I did not get that. But I Debbie was kind of saying it and making it more than it is because the lack of trust in Charles. This is from the UK content creators too. Okay. I can see that. But it's still I don't know who that is. It's still an accusation. That is plagued on falsehood. It's an accusation. It's not true. You can say that, but a content creator can easily say, oh, he's betrayed us or whatever, but that's not true. He hasn't betrayed you. In which way? Because he let his son in the door. I've got to get my iPad fixed so I can stop getting kicked off. Listen, the man is that's his son and that's his family. You know, if he lets them back in and takes, you can't blame the man for wanting to take care of his family. You know, don't curse somebody for trying to do the right thing by their family, no matter how bad your family's treated you. You know, if he's at rock bottom and the children need help, then he's done the right thing. Well, here's the option. I'm not paying your debts, but you can come back here and live in this cottage and try to figure it out. Yeah, you can. But I don't think that would
to the garden and some money and pay it off.
Right.
Yeah. You can come back and you can work for me and pay it off. Yeah.
Exactly. That's right.
Charles, for taking care of if they do come back, or Harry and the kids come back, don't blame the king for looking after his family, you know.
Right. It's I almost was thinking until Debbie said what she said. You have no other content, or not even that's your subject, not the fact that the grandkids got to see Paw. I know that was one thing for me because I talked about it a lot. And so when that happened, it was like, boom, bang, red alert. I have to change the thumbnail to uh-oh.
Yeah.
Somebody is letting somebody see the kid. And that's the you know, it is. And you can't have both ways. You can't say, oh, he can't see his son without not seeing his grandkids. That means he has to reject everything. And that's not fair. I don't think that's fair at all. Hell no. You're gonna tell me I gotta choose between my son and the kids? If I'm gonna see him or not, I'm gonna have to choose between seeing them or not seeing them. And you guys are giving me an ultimatum because I have to see him, and I get to see him. He's my son. I'm dying. You know, I got cancer.
Yeah, the poor man's got cancer, you know.
That's that crazy stuff.
Just nobody knows what happened. Just
Here's my suggestion. Get a new subject, because that's not a good one. It's just not.
Yeah. But if everyone keeps kicking this man, people kick King Charles so much, I'll make a statement, beating him up over Andrew, beating him up over Harry and Meghan. It's not his fault. Just leave my king alone, man.
That's what I said. They're their own individuals.
People like to kick him down.
Exactly, Demon Dictator. They're their own individual people.
Yeah.
You can't make them do what you want them to do.
Yeah.
They're gonna want to do. So what do you do with those type of family members? You deal with them accordingly. And I think that they are.
Yeah.
I think that they are handling it.
Yeah. This timestamp stuff, I don't believe it. I just think like people are trying to pick this to death. Just
right. And here exactly
it's getting silly. This time the timestamp, and this time it was a time over here and these people were over there at the time. Who cares what time? And it didn't happen and the Buckingham Palace are lying. Who cares? Right? Buckingham Palace said they came. They came.
They sure
right?
did.
If they didn't come and Buckingham Palace is lying, who cares? It's actually this is not going to affect the world, right? This is just a family business and they're dealing with it. Blimey, people go into so much detail.
Insinuated that Buckingham Palace lied. That's what I said, Demon Dictator. I was like, the palace.
This drives me nuts.
Yeah, the palace didn't come out and say
that
they did come.
Like you choose, some people say, we've got to check the time on this person's watch. It didn't happen. Buckingham Palace is lying. Why? First of all, who cares? But why would they lie? Explain to me why they lied. Why would they make up a story that Harry and Meghan and the kids came over? What for?
Right.
And then if they don't say it, they're going to lie. They're going to lie, or they're not being honest. And if they do release it, well, they're lying as well. Whatever Buckingham Palace do, they're lying because somebody's going to pick it to pieces. Oh my God. It's so dumb. The Raw Grift was having a meltdown on X, and she was the one that was completely in the wrong, picking it to pieces. And everybody in England, the time zones, and this didn't happen at the time, and all the people underneath were like, "You're wrong." She was completely in the wrong, and she couldn't accept it, and it was nuts. Man. People are just so crazy.
So they pushed back on her.
Timelines.
They did.
Look at this. Look at the time on this. Look at the time on this person's watch. Oh my God! Seriously, people.
Yeah. The bottom line is that, to me, I don't believe, like you said, that the palace would lie about it. And I believe if it wasn't true, and the aide would have said Meghan did not meet with, the king and queen. So, and the media wouldn't be, to me, lying about it.
This is, you know what, Debbie, you're allowed your opinion, and I do respect you. I really do. And I love you coming on here because, I really do. But the betrayal is beyond Harry and Meghan. Country is coming second to the family. Oh, come on, guys. The country is, Harry and Meghan are not going to destroy the country. The UK, my country, is not going to suffer because Harry and Meghan are going to come back to the UK, okay? It's not going to bring the economy down, right? It's not going to destroy the country. It's really not, okay? This is a family, and it's family business. If Harry and the grandchildren need help and they are at rock bottom and they've got no food on the table, the king will help them, and he is allowed to help his family. He is allowed to help his son and his grandchildren, and it's nobody's business if he does. If he didn't help the family and Harry was on Skid Row with his kids in a tent.
How do we know that they didn't go over there and allow the king to see the kids? And then it was such a bad move for them to do that. I have a problem with that. I have a big problem with that. That people have a problem with them getting together. Period. I do. I think it's there's a selfishness in there. There's a lack of, I don't really care about the kids, what they need and what they want, or what's good for grandpa and papa to see the kids. How that reunion needs to have a connection. We don't see that. And you said he's being used by the grifter son. How is he being used? And trying to get the royal connection again. What royal connection? Your Royal Highness? I don't think the king is going to allow him back in there in that capacity. In a capacity where he's a senior royal. Come on, Harry. Let's get back into it. He shrunk it. And so why he said this is the royal court. Us four. So why would he change that for Harry and make him anything but, the wavering son that has come home and now I see the kids and now it's time for them to go back home. I'm trying to figure out why are we making it more than what the more than what it is. I love Demon Dictator's take on it, but he has no control over Harry and Meghan and what they do and what they say and how they act. It is not possible. And so, but it is good that he gets to see some of his legacy before he goes, in spite of the issues, the drama, the division. Demon Dictator, are you there?
Yeah, I was on a rant and I got kicked off. Sorry, I'm just sorting out my screen. Hold on.
Are you okay with it?
Yeah, I'm just trying to switch it off. Hold on.
Okay.
I've got my finger over it.
The screen's fine.
I was on a rant and I got kicked off. There is a section being.
Yeah.
Everyone needs to just calm down. Nobody even knows what happened. And people are just, I understand people are angry because it is the betrayal is personal to the country, but like, everyone just calm down.
I agree with you. I didn't know that was going on. That's interesting. I was wondering what people take was it about them meeting. And now I see their direction is off to me. I really do. They're not seeing the bigger picture. And no matter how you look at it, the bigger picture is that King Charles got to accomplish a goal. And that was that, whether it was gold or not, or got to accomplish something where he got to see his grandkids, his legacy. Because regardless, Meghan, some kind of way, those kids are still connected to the royal family. You like it or not, they are connected.
His family, yeah. And it's like, you guys in the side chat, I love you all dearly. I really do. But a lot of you are just making assumptions here. And, you know, people argue the king's lands have to be used by his gifted son. How do you know that? You don't know that. You don't know that they walked in there and King Charles said, you know what? No, you're not coming back. You're not having any money. You don't know what he said. See, I'm just waiting for more evidence to come through.
Debbie, honestly, Demon Dictator, I don't believe that the royal family is lying about getting together with these two. I don't believe that.
So do I. I don't agree with that.
Right, the onslaught of news and outlets and everyone discussing this and talking about this, how they met, but we have no pictures and we haven't seen it, but it's still they got together. And to say that they didn't is the conspiracy. In my book,
I know.
Call it a lie.
Exactly. You just don't know.
Or
You've got people going, oh, look at somebody's watch, the time, and the event was here, and the event, it took 2.5 hours to get there. There's things called a helicopter. They may not have come in the car. They could have got in the helicopter, and everyone's got to just try and figure out what happened in a room. And there was only the king, the queen, Harry, and Meghan and the kids. You can sit there and try and figure it out, and this must have happened, and the watch said this, and it took them, and you're never gonna know. So it's like you're just riling people up and trying to make this what might have been just an innocent 30-minute meeting where the king said, you're not coming back, goodbye, and everyone's just riling each other up over it.
And I agree with you, Diane. Meghan uses the kids. Yeah, she's using them. Mm-hmm.
Of course she is.
She needs them. She needs them now more than ever, because not that this reunion is a reunion. It's not a reunion. I don't see this being I just see him getting to see his grandkids, honestly. And then they go back in their own corners and they live their own separate lives. That's how I see it going on. But she PR'd this. This was a good one for her.
But
needed. And to me, those that are talking about that weird stuff is interesting to me, because Maureen just said something.
but Debbie, we all understand. Go on, carry on.
No, go ahead.
No, you can. I was just saying, Debbie, we all understand her point, They want the positive PR and reaffirming the royal connections. We understand that, but you don't know that King Charles said, right, no, you're not coming back. You're not going to have what you want. You don't know that that's the king is allowing them to come back. He may have just kicked them to the curb. That's what I'm saying. We all know their point of view why they're doing it, but you don't understand what the king said. He may have said, sorry, goodbye. And it was 30 minutes. If it was a weekend, we get it, but it was a 30-minute meeting. That's really not a great, that's not a great sign if it's 30, 40 minutes.
And however long it was, they still, the fact that he got to see the kids was awesome. Was amazing.
Yeah.
And
I don't think this is as positive, and I don't think this is as positive as what people are thinking. It really doesn't to me.
You can't take away that from Harry. You can't take it away from Meghan, and you can't take it away from the kids or King Charles, because they all made it happen. They made it happen. They got it together and made it happen. And I thought it was a victory.
Yeah. What, for them?
Well, yeah. Meghan, I'm telling you, it's a PR move. It definitely is a PR move. We know that. It was a huge PR move. It was major.
Yeah.
To the point, could nobody say anything negative about it? And if you did, why? And then you find out what the negative was, and you're like, oh, like the CC's is getting mad at King Charles because he met with his son. That's big. How many of that would not meet with your child? What do you mean you would not meet with your baby? Even though he's
that's the thing. You've got there's two different things here. There's the human side where he got to see his son and he got to meet his grandkids. But there's the other side that he knows they're traitors, and Prince William is not going to have them back. Most of the royal family are not going to have these two. The Prince William, the rest of the royal family are not going to have these two back. I can't see how it's an ultimate win for them. They may have got the PR bit for sure, but the rest of it is not. This ain't a win for them. I don't think so.
Exactly.
But there we go.
They're not playing around.
We'll see, but we'll see.
William is like, I am not playing around with these two.
No.
I'm not their shenanigans. No. And they are coming with shenanigans. We know that. They're shenanigans.
Of course they will. We know that.
Yeah, they're going to come with drama. They always do. How do they not?
Yeah.
How do they not? I'm sure we're going to hear a story.
Yeah. We'll find out. Nobody knows what happened, but we will find out in time. Yeah,
it almost reminds me of, once again, of King Charles being accused of Andrew's situation, and he knew. You know what I'm saying? Like, my goodness, I don't know. I feel like sometimes. The king,
as David Boy said, if you were not in the room, you don't know what happened. You weren't there, you don't know what happened. There you go.
Oh yeah, I mean he's gonna be Harry's gonna still be Harry, and Meghan to me is still gonna be Meghan. I just think that.
Yeah.
I don't think that. I don't think they've gotten an epiphany, and then all of a sudden they're this wonderful couple and wonderful philanthropists and wonderful people.
Yeah. How can we come back and we're going to behave this time? No, it's not going to happen.
No.
There will always be a way back for Harry. Yeah. There'll always be a way back for Harry and the grandkids, not as working royals, but because they're family, they need to be taken care of.
Right.
Meghan, no.
Royals. He put a stamp and said, "This is the royal court." He said as much. He's not going to change that. He's not going to open the door and say, "Come on in, Harry. Get on the balcony, and I want you to go to this country in behalf of me." No. He's exiled in a sense. He said they're gonna
Yeah.
live up there and do their thing.
Yeah.
And I don't think
Yeah.
that he's gotten in trouble for some reason. This is just my thought. I don't believe that he's in, oh, I need some money, daddy. Can you help me? That would be weird.
And the king said, I'm giving you 50 million. They don't actually have that type of money. They're wealthy people, but 50 million, that might even be a stretch for the king. Because their money is houses and jewels and land. They're not cash rich. They're land rich and jewels and houses, but they're not cash rich.
Wow. That's something.
So anyway, we'll see. Everybody's like, everybody knows what happens. They've got their sources and times and stuff, but nobody knows. We'll find out though. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, this was good. I really enjoyed this live because I wanted to
I do. I
hear.
like coming on. I've got a bit of a rant.
Say it again.
No, Debbie, I see, Debbie, I agree. I completely agree with you. I absolutely do. But we all understand that Harry and Meghan came with an agenda. I think every single person agrees with that. But
Right.
I'm saying that the king and the royal family ain't going to play with them. They ain't going to say, yeah, you can have what you want. They're not playing. They've got their number. They know their snakes and they know how to deal with them.
Think that they're playing games
Okay.
because if leave it up to Meghan, they would have had this PR moment up front and in the opening. But they said, no, we're going to have a private moment with you guys and whatever. Who's to say they
exactly. Yeah, they would have seen them. You would have seen them at Christmas on the Sandringham Walk. If you'd got Meghan, she would have said, I want at Christmas walking up to the church. And the royal family said, no, it's going to be in secret and we can have a picture and the picture's not coming out. That's what I'm saying. You're underestimating the king and the royal family.
Yeah, and Meghan and Harry are going to continue with their shenanigans. Yeah. They were going to do their stupid stuff. We're going to see it, watch. That's why I'm like, why is these content creators such in a hurry or just they're off to me? This is why I think it's off just a little bit, because they're not seeing the element of the kids, and that is so important. That is the most important, and it's so important. And when you miss that element,
my thing is they're underestimating the king and the royal family. They're just underestimating the king and the royal family at this point. You know. Yeah.
Give him the benefit of the doubt, and assuming that something's going to happen that hasn't happened.
Yes,
no.
Exactly.
Okay, Maureen is pissed off at the king for some other shit. What he is not doing, she said.
Oh, Maureen, you can be as pissed off with him as you want. That's okay. That's okay.
Exactly. I kind of understand. People have their personal feelings.
Every right to be. Yeah, you've got every right to be angry if that's what you wish. I don't agree that he's doing anything wrong, but you can have your opinion, no problems at all.
Right. Exactly. Because how I feel about the leader of my country, and he go, Ron, he's not the leader. Well, whatever he is to you guys, you feel a certain way towards him, and I get it. Everybody's not happy with the king. Like everybody is not, and everybody's not happy with Donald Trump.
Yeah.
And that's fact.
You know what, Diane, you might not be that far wrong. If he has lied in that court, he might be going to jail. at His Majesty's upper house in the jail.
Just lying, making up stories. I wonder how this, how it's gonna go with Dr. Sophie and the Santa Paula defamation case.
Sophie, yeah.
I've been looking it up. Nothing new was happening, but the case is out there to be read.
Is it probably in Discovery? They're probably in Discovery, right? Still going through. Discovery takes a long time when they got to gather all the evidence. Yeah. She is. Maureen is. A lot of people are angry with this, but I just think that everyone's got hysterical over something that we don't know yet.
Well, guys, I want to thank you guys so much.
There we go.
Finish
my dinner.
I appreciate it so much. This was a great
I
live.
like coming on.
I
like coming on.
Thank you. I do appreciate it. It really gives a great perspective on these two and the royal family and just what's going on.
I wish Maureen and Debbie would come up too. You guys, we could have a right old chat about this.
I would love that. I asked Debbie to come up earlier because we were having a conversation about this very subject.
You guys should come up.
This very subject, and she made some very valid points. And
I like Debbie. I like everybody in the side chat, but I like Debbie. I like Debbie's point.
Yeah, they're interesting. I love it. I love that we all don't think the same too. I think it's very interesting to understand why some people think the way they do. It's awesome because I understand what Maureen is saying. I do. I can relate in the way how I feel about what's going on over here. But anyway, I love when my girl come up here, spend some time with me, and come anytime, Demon Dictator. Thank you so much. And guys,
I'm going to get my iPad fixed. I don't keep getting kicked off my phone.
Oh, okay. What happened to it?
Oh, I dropped it. It's just got a crack in it.
Ouch.
Let me get another one.
That can do something to it. You gotta be careful. Well, thank you for coming, sweetheart.
Okay. But I love you guys in the side chat. I really do. I love you all.
Yes, I love you guys. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for coming. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your passion and just everything. I love it. I love that we can get together and do this. And like I said, it can be just a few of us. And the few of us is going to have a great time. So, guys, have a good one. Bye-bye.